Here's the brochure we got from Troy Springs State Park. There's a picture of the spring from the side, and you can see the entrance platform there. Here's Sea Hunt Jerry Lang entering Troy Springs from the stairway. As you can see, the water has got a distinct green tinge despite our efforts to edit this film. You can also see a heavy flow coming up out of it. This flow is full of sand, and afterwards our hair would be full of sand. You can see more of the green look to the water down near the bottom, where Jerry discovered what looks like a mud pot. Must be a difference in density between this water and what's coming out of that little exit port. You can see it bubbles, kind of like a mud pot. It's about 70 feet deep at the bottom here, and though it's very clear, it is dark, and that's why you see the heavy contrast to photography. You stir up the silt will blow up out of the bottom. And this is some video up above the spring on the flats just before it goes into the river. These are river fish that have come to swim in the nice clear water of the spring. The river itself is quite brown. Troy Springs is famous for all of the turtles. Big ones and small ones, hundreds of turtles. And up on these shallow flats there are areas that have bridges. Ginny Springs is a beautiful crystal clear spring water area. It's not as big as you might think, and the camera with the wide angle lens makes it look like it's bigger than it is. This area here in the center is about 10 to 15 feet deep, and it's kind of like a swimming pool, and then it fans out to a shallower area all around, which eventually leads over into the river. Here you see two technical cave divers practicing on the cavern at Ginny Springs, just because it's so clear and easy to see what you're doing. Entering the cavern there is Jerry Lang, and that's me coming in. Inside, the water is very clear, but it's dark, and it's kind of hard to get an impression of what it's like with a camera when all you can see is the flashlight beam. It's interesting, though, when you look around down here in the flashlight beam, it doesn't seem like you're underwater until you see bubbles coming up. There's a catfish swimming along the wall, and it almost looks like you're out among the rocks in the dark up on dry land, doesn't it? Now, as we leave Ginny Springs, this is what the entrances look like when you're coming back out of them. One of these scenes is probably the most beautiful. My favorite is this one here. It looks like an aquarium. That water is so pretty and clear. Yep, I'm right here. There's Jerry.
Springs, baby.
We're at Paradise Springs. This is Jerry coming down the stairway.
Me. Jerry's
And,
walking in the water. Get rid
the
of them.
springs are basically, this hole has got crystal clear water and it goes down into a big cavern. And we dove that baby. I didn't get any underwater camera work at Paradise Springs, but it was a very interesting dive that we made. You entered up here at topside and you followed a yellow line all the way down here to, well, it's almost 100 feet, 99 feet. Then there was a further sign that had a skull and crossbones on it for cave divers that said don't go down there. See, as a cavern diver, from this distance here, you could still see the exit out here. But it was pretty dark. Anyway, we swam up there and then down there, and then we swam also down in here, and then we exited. Here's a brochure we got from Blue Grotto Springs. The dive location is actually for sale. There's a picture of the platform that we were entering off of. There's a picture of the spring. And there's another map.
This is the diving bell. Pretty loud in here. There's Jerry over there. Okay. Put it on like this. We don't have to go.
Here's a map of the actual Blue Grotto Spring that I got off the internet. This is where we went in. It's the dock, and then this whole part up here is an open pool. And you go down, and you can swim down to here. It's about 60 feet, and that is the end of cavern diving, because that's where you can still see the entrance. If you go down here, it's cave diving, and we didn't do that because we're not cave divers. Up here is a little air pocket, and you can stick your head up and breathe inside there, and I got some video of that. Springs. Looking down. I don't know if you can see, there's a platform down there in the bottom. Sometimes you can see it better through the Polaroid glasses, but maybe not. The crystal clear waters of Royal Spring flow outward into the Suwannee River, which is very brown. You can see it just is clear until it gets to the river, and then it mixes into the brown stuff, and there's the brown river.